Hey, what up guys? How you doing so far? And good afternoon / good evening. Mr. Avenger here. Today is going to be a very special one because I have a request that belongs to JC, and today is the 29th of August. So what better way to celebrate to my all-time favorite that I grew up when I was a little and watching from Billie Jean and I'll admit that Thriller was the one thing that it haunts me, and the way that the dancing and the makeup and it growing up in the 80s was such a big deal of horror movies, especially the Night of the Living Dead to Return of the Living Dead. And what I'm talking about is Michael Jackson's birthday, and yeah, how time flies. So what I'm going to be doing is that I'm going to be reacting, well, actually this is going to be a double reaction for today. So I got a couple of videos that was sent from him, and which this is actually a mixed video that is from MJWE celebrating the legacy of Michael Jackson. So let's start off with Best of Joy. So let's check it out and let's make it happen. So without further ado, it's time to react.
I am your joy, your best of joy. I am the moonlight, you are the spring. Our lives are a sacred thing. You know I always will love you. I am forever. I am the one who came when you fell down. I was the only one around when things were hurting you. I am forever. Wasn't it I who said that you are free when living seems so hard to be and things were hurting you? I am forever. I am forever. We are forever. We are forever. I am your friend through thick and thin. We need each other. We'll never part. Our love is from the heart. We never say I don't need you. We are forever. I am the one who said that you are free when living seems so hard to be and nothing would cheer you. I am forever. Wasn't it I who carried you around when all the walls keep tumbling down? When things would hurt you, I am forever. I am forever. We are forever. We are forever. You are the sun that lights up the sky. When things are shaded, let go and let me do goodbye. I was the only one around when things would hurt you. We are forever. I am forever. We are forever. I am forever. We are forever. What you do with the people? We are forever. What you do with the people? I believe it's true. We are
That's right. That was good. Very beautiful. And I do just miss hearing his voice. And to me, it's just, just a memory lane, how I was such a big fan. And as I mentioned from the beginning of the, or as the beginning of this video, and I I was just so fascinated of all his musics and all the videos, and I may not have the exact identical of a red coat like it is in Thriller, but I was completely just going nuts and dance and doing doing the moonwalk, and everyone back then was so fascinated, and everybody wanted to be like MJ, and doing just simply walking backwards, and just not to mention just doing like this. It's just another memory lane that how he did the same thing. That was from the Moonwalker, and everything that is all of stop motion clay animation, and it was really cool to look at, and having a square dance off, and just right at the end that the officer just shows up out of nowhere, and instead of giving a citation, it was more likely just, I need your autograph. I mean, memories of the past was such a big deal for me, and looking at all the clips that is from, which I mentioned, of Thriller, Billie Jean, Smooth Criminal, and do you remember the time that was in Egypt? And not to mention, I forgot the name of that song that him and Sir Paul McCartney did together. That was such another memorable song. But just look into this, and this is his legacy, that what makes him to be in that as a icon of the King of Pop. And just listen to this. It's just, I kind of, I actually miss him, because, I mean, what would it be like if he was still alive? That is, I mean, this would be a huge celebration for this day, and just looking back to it, he was such a passionate man, and the music that gives us such a positivity, and that brings everyone all together. You know what I'm saying? So that was Best of Joy, and rightfully that is, because it is nothing but just joy and full of happiness that together, and beautiful harmonies, and the finger snapping that it really just it definitely put a smile on my face. So here is the second one I'm going to be doing, and this is that it may sound like the sound of the word history, but it's actually his story, if that makes any sense, that is. But let's take a look, and let's begin.
Did you hear what I said?
You ain't bad, you ain't nothing.
He got kicked in the back. He said that he needed that. He had built in the face. He daring to motivate. He said one day you will see his face in world history. He dares to be recognized. The bias deep in his eyes. Many victims must have been.
the 1920s.
Okay.
Okay, I don't remember seeing this, but whoa. I definitely do not remember that part when I was a kid. But yeah, time really flies. And here we are 15 years of today, and that Michael Jackson would be 65 years old. And as I said, I mean, what would be like if he was be alive and just to celebrate this? I mean, it would be an epic moment just to relive through of the history of all the way back into the mid '80s, and that was such a magical time. You know what I mean? And I did say that I mentioned of the moonwalk, the most iconic backstep dance that was such magical, and I still remember seeing of the introduction of the Moonwalker. That was really such of a big time for me, and just a tippy, just a tippy steps and then spin and boom, just standing on your own of your own toes and just having your heel up there. That was the best part of MJ that's ever known, and just reliving to that song and all of the highlights of all of his favorite songs, and yeah, Thriller, that too. That's still just memories of it, and again, it's the makeup that really gives me the creeps, and just how it was such a chilling moment, to say the least of it, and so on. That the dance was such a legendary, and right at the end, giving that look right to the eyes and roll the credits, that was a memory that I'll never forget. And not to mention, I think it was Heavy D in Jam. That's what I remember. But I do remember that you rock my world. I think that's the name of the song. That featuring Chris Tucker. That was another best thing for Chris to be in the music video, because he loves Michael Jackson so freaking much. And I can't tell you how many times I've seen of his posts and mentioned about him and doing the dance. That is forever. That's been known for, and especially that he did when in one scene in the movie Friday. So that's another best thing from Chris, because in a way because the voice is that almost sounds similar, but I just wanted to take this for a moment and just to just relive some of the things that I used to remember when I was a kid, and I'll still will never forget. And MJ was the best thing of my life, all the way back when the '80s was just a magical time, and he will always be forever be my all-time favorite. And that this is why that he is the king of pop. He is the legend. He is the man. He always will be the best artist that to ever give that such influential, not just here, but all around the world. And despite all the craziness, but he is a passionate man and a true artist. So if you guys did enjoy Best of Joy in his story, and if you want to celebrate his birthday and you want to check out MJWE to celebrate of the legacy of MJ, go right ahead and please, by all means, subscribe and give that support, because this would make that his legacy truly live on. And MJ, happy birthday. Even though that you're no longer with us, but your music and your passion and give of your best moments of your life, that's always been an impact to the entire world, and it always been such a blessing, and we'll never forget. So a moment of silence. And happy birthday. And let's give it up for JC for this request, and I appreciate it. So take care, guys, and peace.